Hello, welcome to another Monday Morning Pastor, where we try to grab a point or two from yesterday's message to help us get through the week. And yesterday was rather special in that our church celebrated its 35th year of holding Sunday morning services. Now, the literal anniversary date is today, September 11th. It was September 11th, 1988 that we conducted our first service held downtown. At the time we were renting the Seventh-day Adventist Church. That congregation met on Saturdays, and so we were able to meet on Sundays. A lot of people don't know how our church started, so I thought I would briefly tell the story here. Diane and I were living in Blaine. We were both working on our master's degree, she in education, and I was working on my master's of divinity degree, when a Ferndale family, the Ferndale high school wrestling coach, who was a member of that church in Blaine, invited us to move to Ferndale to start an Alliance Church. Long story short, we moved here, and after we put together a nice mass mailing, we held our first service on September 11th, 1988, which, by the way, coincidentally just happens to be my birthday. It worked out that way because we wanted to start church at the beginning of the fall, but not on Labor Day weekend. So it was the Sunday after Labor Day weekend. We put on our first service downtown. I think we had about 50 people there, and we kind of chugged along for a few months when an absolute miracle happened. At least in our world, it seemed like a miracle. The church up on the hill, originally called the Swedish Baptist Church. Later on, they began speaking English and renamed the church Bakeview Baptist Church, had fallen on tough times and they were ready to close their doors. But rather than sell the property and see the church disappear, they approached us and said, would we like to have their building? We said, how much? And they said, how about nothing? And so they literally gave us their building up here on the corner of Church and Thornton Road. And the property, about 2 acres. And by the way, we learned something about this property. The property was originally given to this group of Swedish Baptists back over 100 years ago by a man named Charles Thornton. That's right, Thornton Road. And we believe that his father was Augustus Thornton, who was the first pharmacist and doctor here in Ferndale. So the church started in 1988. We obtained these facilities in 1989, and we've been here 35 years. My wife and I, Diane, and little did we know what a huge blessing the community of Ferndale would be to us. So we are glad that you're part of our Ferndale Alliance Church. If you haven't visited here, we always invite you at 10 o'clock, and we look forward to meeting you. Thank you for listening to our story.